We think that the reason our back hurts is because our glutes are weak, for example, and we get the glutes nice and strong, but we still have pain. Meanwhile, people that wouldn't know a glute if it slapped them in the face are walking around completely pain-free. But we've invested so much into this as being our solution that we fail to see that there are other factors in the present moment that are likely affecting us in a negative way. Hey guys, Greg Chaplin here, physical therapist and strength and conditioning specialist. In this video, I'm going to talk about a powerful mindset shift that can help you overcome chronic pain and get on to living a more fulfilled and positive life. Now, I'm going to start off by telling you that the reason that I'm making this video is because I suffered from chronic pain for about 10 years. This is actually what caused me to start off my journey of becoming a personal trainer and then later a physical therapist. And my thought process at the time was that if I could just learn everything there was to know about the human body and how to rehabilitate it, that I could then take that knowledge and fix myself and overcome my chronic pain. Now, after years of training and a doctoral degree, I was still suffering from chronic pain, and it wasn't until I made this powerful mindset shift that I was able to overcome that pain and get on to living a more positive life. So I hope that in making this video, I can give you some insights that will help you do the same. So let's go ahead and jump right in. When it comes to injury, trauma, and chronic pain, there's two factors that we're dealing with that we want to learn how to address. The first one is our level of comfort or lack of comfort with the unknown, and the other is our relationship with time. So that being the present, the past, or the future. So we're going to talk about this within three different mindsets, and then we're going to talk about how these relate to our relationship with uncertainty and with time, and then we'll talk about what each of these will do for us. So let's start off with the least desirable mindset, which is one that's focused on answers. So the first and least helpful mindset is that of needing an answer. So in a traditional Western medical context, we go to the doctor, they give us a diagnosis, that diagnosis guides the treatment and the treatment gets us better. But when it comes to chronic pain, we go through that process and we fail to see the results that we want. Oftentimes this leaves us thinking things like, what actually happened to me? What's my actual diagnosis? Why didn't they get it right? We feel entitled to them getting the diagnosis right and then having that treatment get us better. And when our expectations of that are let down, we often think about that past event and all the things that happened around it and all the things that happened after it. And in this looking for an answer mindset, we're often oriented towards the past. We're always referencing what happened in the past. We're trying to attribute blame, whether it's to us or whether it's to the physician that we saw or the PT that we saw. And we're thinking, well, what if that person was the right person or did the right thing at the right time? Or what if I hadn't been doing this? Or what if I did this instead? And it's a very past-based reasoning. This type of reasoning takes us out of the present moment and decreases our ability to evaluate the effect of our present behaviors and assumptions on our actual physical and mental well-being. The underlying reason for this mindset of needing an answer is often a great degree of discomfort when it comes to uncertainty. Answers give us certainty, and a lack of an answer means that we have to deal with the unknown. That is something that is very hard for many of us to do, especially those of us who are used to that paradigm of the traditional Western medical type interaction where we're going to go and we're going to get an answer and then that answer is going to guide a treatment and then we're going to get better. So now moving on, the next mindset shift that people go towards, which is a little bit better than an answer-based mindset shift, but not quite the most optimal, is one where we're looking at a solution-based mindset. Now, in a solution-based mindset, it's a little bit better than an answer-based mindset because it is going to involve some degree of action. We're not as much looking in the past, but what we're often doing is skipping over the present and looking to the future. We're looking towards a specific person or a specific method to be the answer to us feeling better, and that puts us down the road in the future thinking, well, when I get to this, then I'll feel better, rather than being able to look into the present and saying, what can I do to feel better now? This also takes the onus off us and externalizes that. And so we think we're going to get better if we get the right method or if we get the right person, but we don't think about the effect that we're having on our own physical and mental well-being. Now, in terms of uncertainty, solution-based mindset is a little bit better than answer-based mindset because with a solution-based mindset, we're less focused on what the answer is and what the cause is and more concerned with how we're going to fix it. But this how we're going to fix it is not predicated on our ability to examine ourselves in the present moment, but our ability to find something external to us that is going to take away our pain, is going to be that quick fix or silver bullet or knight in shining armor or whatever you want to be. Oftentimes, looking for that solution and putting on that cap of the problem solver where we become highly analytical causes us to focus on things that don't really matter and then putting too much stock in those things. So a for example would be, we think that the reason our back hurts is because our glutes are weak, for example. So then we go and we seek out exercises that help us strengthen the glutes. We're trying to strengthen the glutes and we get the glutes nice and strong, but we still have pain. Meanwhile, people that wouldn't know a glute if it slapped them in the face are walking around completely pain-free. But we've invested so much into this as being our solution that we fail to see that there are other factors in the present moment that are likely affecting us in a negative way. The last and most powerful mindset shift is from solution-based thinking to strategy-based thinking. So when we think about strategies, it brings us into the present moment. So when we have a strategy mindset, it brings us into the present moment and it helps us focus on a plan of action. Having a strategy-based mindset necessitates us paying attention to our experience as it is now. This is also the mindset that's going to require us to be comfortable with the greatest amount of uncertainty. When we're looking at strategies, we don't know why these strategies might help us, and we don't even know what strategies might help us at what time. But in getting data over time and learning what strategies seem to help us best, we can use these as each present moment unfolds to be able to slightly shift our experience. And over time, if we figure out which strategies are better for us, we can then employ these consistently and work towards a positive change. With that being said, when it comes to this strategy-based mindset, there are objectively better and worse ways to do this. So we'll cover a couple here. This will probably have to be a topic of an upcoming video. So if you haven't already, subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell so you'll know when I upload new videos. But let's just briefly touch on some of the things here. First of all, we're going to have a means of measurement. So oftentimes we should have multiple measurements to be able to track over time. And these could be something as simple as a range of motion measurement or a subjective rating of how you're feeling or your ability to tolerate more and more of specific activities, especially if they're activities that you're trying to get back to or that you enjoy doing. Now, you want to track the response of these type activities over time to your overall program. And then over time, you want to hone in on which activities are yielding you positive results, which are neutral, and which are yielding you negative results or constitute interference. By identifying these strategies and working to refine them over time, we improve our self-efficacy and empower ourselves to take control of our present moment. By living more in the present moment, we often find that the relief we seek in these pleasant states are actually accessible to us more often than we think. And oftentimes it's just removing these negative beliefs and assumptions and behaviors that actually allows us to then begin that healing process of slowly having less and less pain over time. So to recap, if you're stuck looking for answers or solutions, try to shift your mindset to looking for strategies that can help you take control of your present moment and slowly begin to move towards a more positive and fulfilling experience. Hopefully this video was helpful for you. If it was, let me know down below in the comments. Leave a like on this video, and if you haven't already, subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell so you'll know when I upload a new video. And until next time, thanks for watching. Peace.